specific focus on Imam Ali alayhi salam, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and our dear 12th Imam, Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. Let's have a loud salawat. To start off, we will have recitations of some surahs and mankabats. We will also have some exciting Kahoot games and an awesome lecture by Sheikh Mahdi, who is personally my favorite guy. Some group presentations. I'm really looking forward to the battle presentation and some games in the end. I hope you will all enjoy this program. But most important of all, I hope we all learn and gain something positive in the end. I am so excited to introduce all our young reciters as they come forward to recite during this program. Let us all recite a loud salawat to welcome our youth. Today we start our program with the recitation of Ayatul Kursi by Zuhair Mamdani. Please recite a loud salawat. Over here.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
Thank you, Zuhair. Very well recited. Next is the recitation of Surah Shams. The Prophet has said, whoever recites this surah is like he has given charity in the way of Allah to all things that the sun and moon shine upon. Let us recite a loud salawat to welcome Muhammad Jawad.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بطغواهم أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Thank you, Muhammad. MashaAllah. We move on to the Mankabats. The first is about Our Lady of Light, Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. Amongst many things, she taught us how to be the best daughter, wife, and mother. Let us welcome Shazib Ali Abidi with a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa
Who is Hazrat Fatima? Who is Hazrat Fatima? She is the daughter of Rasulullah, peace be upon him, the daughter of the last prophet. That's Hazrat Fatima. Who is Hazrat Fatima? The mother of Imam Hussein and Hassan, the mother of Hazrat Zainab and Kulsum alayhi salam. That's Hazrat Fatima. Who is Hazrat Fatima? The wife of Imam Ali alayhi salam, the wife of Amir al-Mu'mineen. That is Hazrat Fatima, also known as Zahra, the radiant one. That's Hazrat Fatima. Who is Hazrat Fatima? She is the Noor Ahlul Bayt, the light of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon her. She is Tahira, she is the pure one. That's Hazrat Fatima. She is Siddiqa, she is the truthful one. That's Hazrat Fatima. Who is Hazrat Fatima? She is Alima. She is the intelligent one. She is a perfect role model for all of us. Salwat.
MashaAllah, Shazib. I now call upon Muhammad Ali to recite another mankabat. Let's give him all a loud salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد شجرة النبوة وموضع الرسالة ومختلف الملائكة ومعدن العلم وأهل بيت الوحي اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد الفلك الجارية في اللجاج الغامرة يأمن من راكبها ويغرق من تركها المتقدم لهم ماركون والمتآخر عنهم راحقون واللازم لهم لاحقون اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد الكهف الحنين وغياث المنتر المستكين ومرجع الحاربين وإثمة المتعظمين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد صلاة كثيرة تكون لهم رضا ولحق محمد وآل محمد أداء وقضاء بحول منك وقوة يا رب العالمين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد الطيبين الأبرار الأخيار الذين أوجبت حقوقهم وفرضت طاعتهم وولايتهم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وأمر قلبي بداعتك ولا تقنيني بمعصيتك وأرزقني مواساة من قدرت عليه من رزقك بما وسعت علي من فضلك ونشرت علي من عدلك وأحييتني تحت تلك وهذا شهر نبيك سيدي رسولك شعبان الذي حفظته منك بالرحمة والرضوان الذي كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم يدعب في نيامه وقيامه في لياليه وأيامه بك عنك في إكرامه وإنعامه إلى محل همامه اللهم فإنا على الامتنان بسنته في ونيل الشفاعة لديه اللهم واجعله لي شفيعا مشفعا وطريقا إليك محيا واجعلني له متابعا حتى ألقاك يوم القيامة أني راضيا وأندون بي غانيا قد أوججت لي منك الرحمة والرضوان وأنزلتني دار القرار ومحل الأخيار.
Thank you for that wonderful recitation. And now I call upon Muhammad Ali to recite, Ali Haider to recite a Mankabat. Let's all greet him with a loud salawat.
لکھا ہوا ہے یہ مولا حسین کے در پر لکھا ہوا ہے یہ مولا حسین کے در پر جو چاہیے جو چاہیے وہ ملے گا حسین کے در پر لکھا ہوا ہے یہ مولا حسین کے در پر لکھا ہوا ہے یہ مولا حسین کے در پر سنائی بیٹوں کو راہب نے داستان یقین میرا حسین ہے سب کچھ نصیب کچھ بھی نہیں اگر مگر رہی ہوتا حسین کے در پر لکھا ہوا ہے یہ مولا حسین کے در پر لکھا ہوا ہے یہ مولا حسین کے در پر میری نظر میں یہ تفسیر فاذکرونی ہے کہ ایک بھیر صدا عاشقوں کی رہتی ہے خدا کے گھر سے زیادہ حسین کے در پر لکھا ہوا ہے یہ مولا حسین کے در پر لکھا ہوا ہے یہ مولا حسین کے در پر کرم کا چھوٹا سا ایک معجزہ سناؤ تمہیں کہ 2 کروڑ بشر کربلا میں پھر بھی ہمیں نہیں ملا کوئی بھوکا حسین کے در پر لکھا ہوا ہے یہ مولا हुसैन के दर पर लिखा हुआ है मौला हुसैन के दर पर सलवात.
This Mankabat was about Imam Hussein. There are two sayings by him that I would like to mention as it struck a chord with me. Imam Hussein has said, should poverty and illness not exist, man would not bow down to anything. The other saying is, truth has only a few friends. I hope you all ponder on these sayings. And now I call upon, Jazakallah Ali Haider. Lovely recitation, mashallah. Now I can hear the excitement in the audience as we will get started with the Imam Zamana Kahoot quiz led by Ayan and Ali Rajani. Let's welcome them with the loud salawat.
Everybody join 573-2071 for Kahoot. The dude made his name the code. Hey, so how much is online? Huh? Oh yeah, winners get $25 gift card, so like it's pretty serious, you know? Amazon. Right? How much? Yeah, it's $25. 3 winners. Yeah, 3 gift cards, each at 25 with 3 salawats. No, bro, that's a prize. You can't say that. How many people? Hey, how many people do we have?
We have 12. We have 12. So give them like 4 minutes.
I'm gonna join myself, you know? I'm gonna join myself.
Yes.
It's Kahoot.join.
What's the Wi-Fi password? Oh, what's the Wi-Fi password? That's a very good question.
CHEI 9877.
987 what?
7. Oh, actually, it's CHEI 98765. EI and then 98765. Is everybody in? I will just keep it for another minute. Oh, it's starting. What is Imam Mahdi's kunyat? Oh, yo, can you scroll up? It already started. 573-2701. Right? Yeah. Okay, what was the period of Gaibat al-Sugra? Or even I don't know. What? Okay, we have 260 through 329 after Hijrah, 255 through 329 AH, 260 through. Oh, okay. The answer was 260 through 329. Okay, what's the ziyarat recited by Imam Mahdi and has reached us through this special time? What? Ziyarat al-Nahiyya? Ziyarat al-Nahiyya, Ziyarat al-Ashura, Dua Nudba, Ziyarat al-Warisa. And the answer is Ziyarat al-Nahiyya. Or you should do. Okay, how many times will the trumpet be blown at the end of time? And then for red we have 1, for blue we have 2, for circle we have 7, and green 24. Yeah. The answer is 2. Like everybody knows. Okay, who are Imam Mahdi's parents? Imam Hassan Askari and Bibi Hakima Khatun, Imam Hassan Askari and Bibi Narjis Khatun, Imam Hassan Askari and Bibi Sara Khatun, Imam Hassan Askari and Bibi Najma Khatun. Okay, what is the name of the letter Shias write to Imam Mahdi alayhi salam? Letter to Imam Zamana, Ariza, Khat, or document? That was the easy one, yeah. Thank God nobody got document. It's Ariza. What is the title of Imam Mahdi mentioned in the Holy Quran? I think it's bucket. Yellow? Bucket? Wait, what? That was bucket. Bruh. Yeah. Alright, who is the last Naib Khas of Imam Mahdi? What's all? It's Ali ibn Muhammad Samuri. What is the first Quranic verse Imam Mahdi will recite after his reappearance? Is it Surah Hud, Surah Baqarah, Surah Ma'idah, Surah Al Imran? Surah Hud. Baqarah's now for Sunday school. It memorized all 114 surahs every day. For Ramzan month, and I remember. Okay, what city was Imam Mahdi born in? Everybody should know this one. Oh, the answer is Samira. What day is Imam Mahdi's birthday? It's coming up in 2 weeks. Good stuff.
I mean, technically, you could say that.
After the reappearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi Islam, what city will he make the capital? Ooh, it's not Karbala. Go for a different one. That's a freebie for you now. Right? It's not Karbala, right? Kufa. What does Al-Mahdi mean? Remember, straight path. Guide yourself correctly. Easy go. Wait, it's not that? Oh, yeah. What is the surah that Imam Mahdi recited in his mother's womb before he was even born? The answer is Surah Qadr. It looks like most of y'all got it right. So good, right? What is not a sign of the reappearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam? Oh, already.
Here's third place. So now Announce third place and third place.
Oh, who's third?
How did people even get that much right? I would have gotten 0.
Who's first?
Third place is first.
Hamid. Ooh, who's Hamid?
Okay, no, this is first place.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, Hamid for first place. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
This is second place. The other Hamid.
And then, wait, let me see. Are you the first place, Hamid? Oh, yeah. And then second place for Hamid again.
No,
The
Hamid.
other.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome. And then who's fourth? Who's after? I think there's another one, right? Hey, isn't there another one? This one?
Yeah.
Jawad for third place. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali.
That was fun, wasn't it? I know I definitely learned a lot with that quiz. Thank you, Ayan and Ali, for conducting it. Now comes the highlight of our program. This is a group presentation on the Battle of Uhud, which I know the boys have worked extremely hard for. So without spending one more minute, please let us support them and welcome Abbas, Zain, Raza, Ali, Mushaf, Ahmed, Zuhair, and Ayan with a very loud salawat.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. The Battle of Uhud was the second major battle between the Muslims who had now migrated to Medina and the Quraysh. In many ways, this Ghazwa was the Quraysh's attempt to take a revenge for the Battle of Badr. This battle took place near a mountain by the name of Uhud, located outside of Medina. The Muslims initially appeared to gain victory until a group of Muslim troops who had been assigned to prevent a Qurayshi ambush left their post, which allowed the Quraysh the opportunity to ambush the Muslim army. Furthermore, rumors were spread suggesting that the Prophet had lost his life during combat, which led to further disorder and chaos amongst the Muslims. At this point, the Prophet was abandoned by his companions, except for a small number who persevered in the face of the Quraysh's attacks. Due to the resistance of the small group, the Prophet's life was protected, and the Quraysh retreated. In this battle, the Prophet lost some of his closest relatives, including Hamza, his dear uncle, whose body was dismembered along with the bodies of many others. After the departure of the Quraysh, the Muslims gathered the bodies of their martyrs and returned to Medina, where the Prophet held gatherings of mourning for their martyrs.
To my understanding, the Battle of Uhud was the Quraysh trying to gain power over the Muslims, and the Battle of Uhud was a test of loyalty towards Muslims who were either just lip saying, I am a Muslim, and between other Muslims who in their heart said, I am a Muslim.
Yes, Ali, tell us more about this battle. How did Abu Sufyan major mobilization against the Islam's threat? How did he prep the army?
The purpose of this battle, which was initiated by the Qurayshi, was to take revenge from their casualties and captives, resulting from the Battle of Badr. The books of history relate to Abu Sufyan played a central role, provoking Quraysh and insisting on taking revenge. When the troops of Quraysh returned to the city of Makkah following Badr, and Abu Sufyan witnessed a severe defeat, he vowed to take revenge to prevent the fading of grudge against the Prophet and Muslims. He forbids any type of crying or mourning over the individuals that have been killed. The Quraysh were incapable of solely confronting the Muslims. However, they relied on their tribal alliances to raise an army against the Muslims, although the Quraysh were not able to confront the Muslims on their own. Abu Sufyan and his tribe were successful in attracting the help and assistance of many neighboring tribes. According to Ibn Masud, the Quraysh left Makkah with an army of 3,000 men and overwhelming the number of camels and horses. He adds that they took with them 3,000 camels and 200 horses. Ali.
That's outnumbered.
Oh yes, but if we have a warrior like Imam Ali, no one can outnumber him.
Oh, Abbas, can you please tell us how did the Prophet strategy this battle?
Historians have mentioned that the Ali ibn Abi Talib was the flag bearer of the Muhajirin. Meanwhile, the Ansar were allocated two flag bearers, the first being Usayd ibn Huzayr from the tribe of Aus, and the second being Hubab ibn Munzir from the tribe of Khazraj. On the other side, Talha ibn Talha was the flag bearer of the Quraysh's army. He was known as Qabsh al-Katiba, a title given to him suggesting that he was the greatest fighter of the army. According to Waqidi, the Prophet began to observe his army while organizing their lines. He then addressed them with a short sermon explaining that the battle would be a difficult and rigorous one, and that it could only be won through supreme patience. Amongst the instructions of the Prophet was the appointment of a small number of troops farther away from the main body of the Muslim army. The Prophet appointed 50 of the archers to be stationed upon the mountain of Anan, under the authority of Abdullah ibn Jubair. This mountain was situated to the left of the Muslim troops. This crucial appointment was done because the Prophet knew there was a chance that upon the initial defeat of Quraysh, they would ride around the mountain and ambush the Muslims from behind. The importance of this issue was evident in the words of the Prophet when he said, "Even if we are victorious and are able to push them all the way back to Mecca, remain in your places. And even if they defeat us and we are pushed back all the way to Medina, remain in your places."
That's brilliant.
But Ali, did you know that the Prophet had many loyal companions, one of them being Hamza, Salawat? Mustaf, can you please tell us more about Hamza?
In this battle, the Prophet lost some of his closest relatives, including Hamza, the dear uncle of the Prophet. The killer of Hamza was a slave of Jubair ibn Mut'im by the name of Washi. Washi had been promised to be freed if he were to take the life of Hamza in revenge of the life of Jubair ibn Mut'im's uncle, who had been killed in Badr. As the companions of the Prophet fled after being ambushed by Khalid and his riders, the women of Quraysh began to mutilate the body of Hamza. This was considered a great loss for the Prophet and the army of Islam.
I feel disgusted knowing what happened to Hamza. May I please have a salawat to memorize the loss of our Prophet's uncle? Salawat. Ayan, could you please tell us about another companion?
Another martyr of this battle was a young man by the name of Hanzala ibn Abi Amr. Initially, Hanzala had not set out with the army of the Prophet. However, he was able to join the army and sacrifice his life for Islam. The reason for his delay was that Hanzala was married just before the day of Uhud. The Prophet had granted him permission to join the army after spent a day with his wife. On the day of the battle, the wife of Hanzala called for the Ansar and took them as witness that the two had been married. When asked why did she, so she replied, "I had a dream in which I saw that the skies opened and Hanzala ascended to the skies and the skies closed again. I knew that he would be martyred in the battlefield." Hanzala left for Uhud before being able to carry out the obligatory and the ablution.
Wait. So she knew he was gonna get killed, yet she still let him go?
Yeah.
After Hanzala fell as martyr, the Prophet hailed him, saying, "I saw that the angels were washing the body of Hanzala between the skies and the earths with drops of rain and gold." He was then known as Hanzala Ghasil al-Malik, washed by the angels. Notably, the father of Hanzala was presented in the army of Quraysh.
What a lady, subhanallah. What are you doing?
I am just a visualization of the companions of the Prophet. If that is how they were, I would wonder how Imam Ali would go through this battle. He must have had one of the most greatest performances in that battle.
Imam Ali's performance on the day of the Battle of Uhud, without a doubt, was one of the most exhilarating performances by any soldier on the battlefield. Against all odds and what seemed like a virtually dead situation, he was able to display chivalry, bravery, loyalty, all in combination in one human being. Indeed, his performance on this day won him acclaim, not just on the earth but also in the heavens. It's impossible to kill the son of Abu Talib. All my life as a spearman, I have never witnessed a human being who is like a wolf in the battlefield. I've thrown spears all my life. I just witnessed something with the son of Abu Talib I've never seen. He is like a wolf on the battlefield. He has eyes on the back of his head. I just saw a few men aim spears at him. When the spear is thrown from behind his back, as it's about to strike his head, he holds it. He turns around and has a look at the same person who struck the spear, to tell him that I do not see you, but when that spear comes from behind, I smell the spear like a wolf smells his prey. Ali remains the only samurai warrior undefeated in battle. Never in his life, never could you finish him on a battlefield. The messenger of God saw a group of pagans coming to him. He said to Ali, "Charge them." Ali charged them and forced them to retreat and killed Amr ibn Abdullah al-Jumahi. The Prophet beheld another group coming and told Ali to charge them, and he did. He scattered them and killed Sabiya ibn Malik, one of the children of Amr ibn Loya. Amazed by Ali's sacrifice, the messenger of God, what a redeemer Ali is. The Prophet replied, "He is from me, and I am from him, and I am from both of you." They heard a voice at this time saying, "There is no youth full of manhood but Ali, and no sword comparable to Zulfikar, Ali's sword. La fita illa la Ali, la saif illa Zulfikar. No warrior but Ali, no sword but Zulfikar."
Shah Marda Shere Yazna Ovete Parika La Fita Illa Ali La Se Zulfikar. Heather! 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 Heather!
Jazakallah. Thank you very, very much to all the boys for this engaging, interactive, and visually appealing presentation. And a special thanks goes to Ifra Auntie and Maryam Auntie for their hard work in leading this effort. Let's recite a loud salawat for them. I now call upon Ibrahim for a speech on Imam Hussein. Let's greet him with a loud salawat.
Salawat. Imam Hussein was Imam Ali's son. He decided to take a stand against Yazid. Yazid was quite feared by many. However, Imam Hussein was loved and respected. Yazid thought that if he could make the Imam support him, society would as well. If the Imam supported the tyrant, he could live a life of luxury and comfort, but if he did not support Yazid, he would likely be killed. Hussein refused Yazid's offer. Hussein knew he was in danger. Yazid would always kill those who opposed him or disagreed with him. For safety, Hussein left his hometown, Medina, and sought for refuge in Mecca. Yazid had predicted Hussein and his companions' escape, and had sent a great army to block Hussein from reaching Kufa. Yazid's forces were up to 30,000 men. Yazid gave the Imam one final choice, to either support the tyrant or be killed. He explained to his supporters that Yazid only wanted the Imam, and that they should escape themselves. Hussein's men stayed loyal to him. Within a few days, Yazid and his army closed in on Hussein and his supporters and killed them. We remember Hussein for his noble morals and principles, even in the face of death. Salawat.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim. I now call upon Shuja Bilgrami to recite a Mankabat. Salawat.
Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Janam Fedaya Haidari, Ya Ali, 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 Janam Fedaya Haidari, Ya Ali, Ali, Ali है मोहम्मद मेरा दिल तो सीना अली मेरे जीने का वाहिद करीना अली दीन इस्लाम का है नगीना अली हक की मंजिल की पहला है जीना अली दश्त में अबर का पहला कतरा अली मेरा मुर्शद भी आका भी मौला अली अली मौला अली हर सू सदाए हैदरी या अली 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 जानम फिदाए हैदरी या अली 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 सुबह से शाम तक हर पैर हर घड़ी लब पे अपने के करीना यारे لب پہ اپنے نعرے حیدری یعنی خیبر شکن یعنی مشکل کشا بعد یزداں کی ہے دوسرا سرب میں مصیبت میں اب کیوں پریشان ہوں کم کی معلوم کا ہے تو سہارا علی علی مولا علی رمز بقائے ہاشمی یا علی 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 جانم فدائے حیدری یا علی علی علی.
MashaAllah, well recited Shuja. Now we will have a Mankabat on one of my favorite personalities, Hazrat Abbas. I guess somehow my mom knew when she named me at birth. Please welcome our two young brothers, Shabir and Haider Jafri, with a loud salawat. Oh, sorry guys, it's about Bibi Zainab.
کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے کل ایمان کے ایمان کمان ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے وہ محمد جو ہے خاتم الانبیاء جس کو کہتی ہے دنیا حبیب خدا جس کا داماد ہے غم کبریا جس کی بیٹی ہے خیر النساء فاطمہ اس محمد کا دل یہ ارمان ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے شجاعت کی ملکہ اسی کا لقب اس کے قدموں میں ہے سرزمین عرب کربلا بھی ہے زندہ اسی کے سبب اس کے مدحت کرے خود محمد کرب عقل اس کے فضائل پہ حیران ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا اخراج ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے یہ نہ ہوتی تو مار جاتا اسلام بھی مٹ گئے ہو کہ خالق کا پیغام بھی کھا گئے ہوتی صبح کو پھر شام بھی کوئی لیتا نہ اللہ کا نام بھی دین ہے یہ بھی زینب کا احسان ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے کربلا ہے ندا اور منادی ہے یہ دو اماموں کے ایک ساتھ ہادی ہے یہ راج کرنے کی بچپن سے آتی ہے یہ دو جہان کی باری شہزادی ہے بادشاہ وفا جس کا دربار ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے کیا بتاؤں میں زینب کی کیا شان ہے
Jazakallah, Shabar, and Haider. That was a great recitation. Let's now move on, another highlight of the program. And these are the lectures by Brother Zunair, followed by Amar for Kahoot, and Sheikh Mehdi for another small lecture. Please help me in inviting Brother Zunair. Please recite aloud salawat.
Can everyone hear me? Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. It's with great pleasure and my utmost honor that I get the opportunity to speak here today in front of you all. Alhamdulillah, the event so far has been going great. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward each and every one of you. Anyone that has put any ounce of effort towards putting together this event needs to be proud of themselves. And truly, your efforts, no matter even if it's forwarding a WhatsApp message, don't go unnoticed in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And truly, any opportunity to get together and recite poetry, the fazail of Ahlul Bayt, to just learn more about our beautiful religion together is a priceless opportunity. And today, speaking on the topic of priceless opportunities, with your permission for the next couple of minutes, I truly want to put into perspective for you all how priceless it is what we're doing here today. Because to the naked eye, when they see one of these events going on, they see that this Jashan is being put together, they might say, this is just some ordinary Jashan. Banner lagaya hua hai, cake cut raha hai, koi itni khaas cheez yahan pe nahi ho rahi hai. For those of you that don't speak Urdu, that means there's just not anything special going on here. But these people, in their understanding and their perspective of what's going on, could truly not be any more incorrect. Because what's going on here isn't just any ordinary thing. In reality, it's everything. And let me tell you why. Whenever you want to build something, right? No matter what it is, what do you usually do? You build the foundation of the structure. Whenever you want to build something, do you work on the top first or do you work on the bottom? Obviously, you work on the bottom. Or in the middle. But in this instance, now imagine, you have a house, right? And you come across a person who is trying to build a house, and the first thing this person is doing is they're building the roof of the house, right? They're putting all this time, money, and effort into building the top of this structure. Asalan, they don't even have the walls, they don't have the electricity, they don't have the plumbing, they don't even have the concrete put down to put the house on top of it. But these individuals, this individual, he's building the roof of the house first. Such an individual is pretty illogical in their understanding, right? Now, you might come across a person like this and advise them and say, hey bro, look, honestly, I think you should really work on the foundation of your structure. I think, if you work on the roof and neglect those crucial aspects of the structure, it's going to end up falling apart. Now, this person, who already is pretty illogical, might turn to you and say, bro, don't worry about it, man. We're going to get together some cheap materials, we're going to put up these walls. If a couple cracks start forming in the wall, I'll run to Home Depot. I'll put some new paint in there, and everything will be fixed. Now, you and I all know that once a crack begins to form in the wall, you can't just cover it up. You can't just put paint on it and expect that, everything is going to go fine. That's not how it works. Whenever you have a crack in a structure, if you don't pay attention to the crack, slowly what does it do? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And before you know it, this structure that you put all this time, money, and effort into building the roof of it will crumble. Because why? The things underneath it do not stand a chance. But you know what? When this happens, you might say to this person, look, I was right. You didn't pay attention to the foundation and then it all crumbled. This person might turn around to you and say, you know what? At least it all crumbled underneath my brand new roof. My roof is still there. All that time, money, and effort that I put into my roof, it's still there. The rest of the structure, hota hai yaar, hota hai. Now, brothers and sisters, while this example seems ludicrous in nature, who in the world would you come across that builds the roof of a structure before they even build the foundation of it? The thing is, this is really an analogy for what the average Shia community here in North America is. What do you see? You see all this time, money, and effort that's gone towards building the roof of the house, the top of the community, pleasing certain members within the community, and keeping them happy, even if everything beneath that level is failing structurally. And before you know it, it might come all apart. And just as I said with the house, look, if you only pay attention as an individual to the top of a community, to the top of the structure, and neglect the youth, the women, those other crucial aspects of the community, this community is going to fall apart before you even know it. You know, what you'll have is what happens in most communities within North America, where kids, they end up leaving not only Tashayyu, they end up leaving Islam as a whole, because at the end of the day, they're neglected. Or women stop coming to the center, because they realize, look, I'm not even being heard. My perspective on matters, I'm not even being seen. So why should I come to a place that doesn't even acknowledge me as a person? We've heard horror stories all throughout America where this happens. But look, at the end of the day, I'm saying all this to put into perspective truly how blessed we are here within Dallas. You know, we as a community are slowly moving in the right direction, and we are acknowledging that these things exist. Look, it's not perfect. Life isn't perfect, but as long as you have that drive to go towards creating change, that's what really matters at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, in order for the future to be a success, in order for the house to last, in order for the community to last for generations to come, all aspects of it need to be given proper care and attention. That's why things like this Jashan, events like these, events like the Scouts program are ultimately so crucial to the community. Because you see, it will be these kids that in 10, 20 years will ultimately lead the community. It's these kids that if they're fostered in the correct environment, if they are given care and attention to, if they are heard, if they are seen, they will ultimately, when they are put in the position to create changes within the community, will pass that favor on to the next generation. And then the next generation, and the next generation, inshallah, will pass it on. And that is how you have a community that successfully will last until the zuhur of our beloved Imam al-Mahdi, Ajwatara Farj al-Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. To end today, I just want to say a quick ahadith, some words of wisdom from our beloved Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. In this, Rasulullah says, quote, "The master of a group of people is their servants," end quote. So what does it say here? It says, look, if you want to be a leader in the community, if you want to help create change, if you want to be a good Muslim that gives back to the community, what do? Do you order people around, you say, hey, do this, do that? No, you take action. You go and become a servant to the people. But at the end of the day, what we have to ultimately as individuals think, and what ultimately is the food for thought of the day, is where do we fall? What type of service do we do towards the community? And where do we ultimately fall in the spectrum between bossing people around and being a true servant? And a true servant in the eyes of Rasulullah and the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a true leader. And that's all I have to say today. Thank you so much for listening. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa alaikum assalam. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa
Thank you, Brother Zunair, for that lovely speech. Now I call Amar for Kahoot. Let's greet him with a loud salawat.
Can you hear me? All right, everybody, here's the Kahoot. You just want to go to kahoot.it, and the code is 7715192, and then just enter your name, and then we can start the Kahoot. And hello? The top three will each get prizes for the Kahoot, so I'd be focusing. At the end, we have a father and son game where you can also win a prize from there. Alright, guys, we have about 30 more seconds. So try to get logged in, and if you have problems, just ask someone next to you on how you get in. Once again, the code is 7715192. Islamic General Knowledge Kahoot. How many prayers did Muslims originally have to pray in one day? Is it red 17, blue 34, yellow 5, or green 50? The correct answer was 50 green. We got 18 people who got that correct. In first place, we have Meher, and then Azim Abbas, and then Musama. What was the first major battle in Islam? Is it Triangle, Khandak? Is it blue, Siffin? Is it yellow, Hamzan? Hunavan? Or green, Badr? Right, the first major battle of Islam was Badr. We had 26 people who got that correct. And how many letters are there in the Arabic alphabet? Is it triangle 32, diamond 26, yellow 28, or green 31? Correct answer was 28. Alright, how many obligatory or wajib sajdas are in the Holy Quran? Is it red 15, blue 7, yellow 4, or green 5? Alright, the correct answer was yellow 4. The first immigration of the Muslims in Mecca was to where? Is it red, Yemen, blue, Abyssinia, yellow, Damascus, or green, Medina? First immigration was to Abyssinia. Ayan moves to first. What is the 7th month of the Islamic calendar? Is it triangle Rajab, diamond Shaban, circle Jamad al-Thani, or green Ramadan? The answer was Shaban. What was the city of Medina's original name? Is it triangle Nainawa, blue Bethlehem, yellow Yatab, or green Basra? The correct answer was Yatab. Jawad moves to first. What was the Zakam tree? Is it triangle a tree that springs out of the bottom of heaven, blue a tree that springs out of the bottom of the unseen world, circle a tree that springs out from the bottom of this world, or green a tree that springs out of the bottom of hell? And the correct answer was a tree that springs out of the bottom of hell. A Muslim says adhan and iqama into a newborn's ear. Into which ear is the iqama whispered? Right or left? The answer was the left ear. On what date was the Prophet given Nabuwat or made a prophet? Is it triangle 21st of Ramadan, diamond 23rd of Ramadan, circle 27th of Rajab, or 15th of Shaban? Was the 27th of Rajab. Masuma moves up. How many times has the word Imam appeared in the Quran? It was 12 times. Masuma is still in first place. Who first built the Holy Kaaba? Is it triangle Prophet Ibrahim, diamond Prophet Muhammad, circle Prophet Adam, or square Prophet Isa? The correct answer was the Holy Kaaba. Who will return to defeat Dajjal on the Day of Judgment? Triangle Prophet Musa, diamond Prophet Isa, circle Prophet Dawood, or square Prophet Yahya? The answer was Prophet Isa. What is the surah that mentions Allah's name in every single verse? Triangle Surah Yasin, diamond Surah Ikhlas, circle Surah Rahman, or square Surah Majadillah? The correct answer was Surah Mujadillah. Last question. Which prophet invented the first needle? Is it triangle prophet Dawood, diamond prophet Nuh, circle prophet Idris, or square prophet Sulaiman? And the correct answer was prophet Idris. All right, now we have the top three. Congratulations, Azim and Abbas. Congratulations, Zainab. Okay. Congratulations, Musuma Ravjani, sorry. Abbas, come up. Congratulations. And Zainab, please come up. Zainab, if you're here. Where's Zainab? Masuma Razjani. To the top three.
Huh? Announce the shake. Alright, yeah, I know. Alright. Thank you, Amar, for conducting that Kahoot. Now I want you all to recite a big salawat for Sheikh Mehdi because he's going to recite a small lecture.
All right, recite a loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Hope everyone is doing well, inshallah. First and foremost, I want to congratulate all of you guys on these special events that we're going through. You know, the three individuals, the birthdays we're celebrating. Usually, we mention each name and then we do a salawat for each one, right? But this time, I want to mention all three of them. And then at the end, I want you all to recite one salawat that they can hear in Medina and Karbala and all of those places. Okay? So we're celebrating the birth of Imam Hussein, Imam Sajjad, and Hazrat Abbas. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad. So, very nice presentation. I was watching it from right over there, from the live stream. Right, the live stream's right there, the camera, right? So I was watching it from there. Very beautiful presentation. So I'm going to take 10-15 minutes of your time, and then at the end we'll leave a little bit of time also for Q&A. If you guys have questions or thoughts or anything like that, you can share those, inshallah. So these three individuals that we are celebrating their birthdays, Imam Hussein, Hazrat Abbas, and Imam Sajjad, all three of them have one thing in common. So one thing they all have in common, and that is this: that whenever it was time for them to play a particular role, when there was a time for them to play or take on a particular task, they didn't hesitate to do it. So when Islam needed them, they were willing to step up to the plate and take care of that task or that responsibility. So Imam Hussein, we all know how he played his role. Imam Sajjad played his role because after the issue of Karbala, when no one else was there to defend the caravan of the Ahlul Bayt, it was only Imam Sajjad who stood up. The women and the children were alone. They didn't have anyone to protect them. And in those moments, it was only Imam Sajjad who stood up to play that role and take on that task. And then in Karbala, when everyone was thirsty and no one had anyone to defend them, it was Hazrat Abbas who played that role. He stood up to take on the role of defending the caravan of the Ahlul Bayt. So they all stood up and started to play that role when it was time for it. And that is exactly what you guys need to be doing, inshallah. This is a habit that you have to build, that when you think Islam needs you and you have to play a particular role, you can't be sitting around and waiting for someone else to come and take care of it. You know, sometimes you'll come across people who are like this. There's something that you need to take care of, but everyone's looking around. It's like, who's gonna come take care of this job? Yeah, we have to take care of this, but somebody else should come and take care of it. That's not how these guys were. They were the type of people, if there was something to take care of, they would put themselves first. There's a task to take care of, they would take care of it first before anybody else. And you have to build this habit from the age that you guys are at right now. So, you guys in your presentation were talking about Imam Ali, right? The battlefield. He was in the battlefield of Uhud. You know, Uhud was such an important battle for the Muslims because after the battle of Badr, there was a lot of revenge that the mushrikeen wanted to take from the Muslims. So what they did is, when they went back from the battle of Badr, they told everybody that you can't cry for the people you lost in the battle of Badr, because they wanted everyone to be so angry so that they come back and they take revenge for the battle of Badr. So they came for the battle of Uhud. And on the way, when the Prophet was coming for the battle of Uhud, what happened? A group of munafiqeen. You guys know what munafiqeen is? Who knows what munafiqeen is? Does anyone know what munafiqeen means? Munafiq means a hypocrite. Someone who doesn't really believe in the Prophet, but he acts like he believes in the Prophet, and he acts like he's actually believing in the Prophet. So the munafiqeen, when the Prophet left the city of Medina to come to the battlefield of Uhud, 100, 200 of them left. On their way, they said, we're not going to be with the Prophet. And so the Prophet lost a lot of the people in his army. So the moment was getting more and more critical. Then we know in the battle of Uhud what happened. The Muslimin, they got attacked from behind and they started to run away. So much so that the Quran says the Prophet used to call people. He said, come back and defend yourself. Come back and defend Islam. But they were done. They were all running away. Then this small group of people remained, and one of them was, of course, who? Was Imam Ali. He stood back. And you know, the narration says, on that day, he fought by himself with a small group of other people so much that he took on multiple wounds. Like 70 wounds he took on that day. Because you know, when you're fighting, people who are attacking you, he used to take on wounds on that day. So, this Imam Ali, who was so brave that even the angels in the sky were like, wow, this is amazing. That's why they heard the call that you guys were talking about, right? They heard the call, La fata illa Ali. There's no warrior like Ali. La sayf illa dhul faqar. There's only one sword like dhul faqar. They asked the Prophet, they said, who is this? Whose voice was this that we heard who's saying these lines? And the Prophet said, this was none but Jibreel, because he also saw what Ali did today, and that's why you're hearing this call today. La fata illa Ali, la sayfa illa dhul faqar. Now, this Imam Ali, who was this brave, and he stepped up to the plate when it was time, he was only able to do so because when he was your age, he's really young, he also took on different tasks that the Prophet needed him to do. So it wasn't just his first time all of a sudden becoming the type of person who would defend the Prophet. No, from a very, very young age, he started to obey the Prophet. Anytime the Prophet needed something, he was the first one to step up and try to take care of it. So what was the first thing that Imam Ali did when he was very, very young? Who can tell me? First thing that he did. The first step he took for Islam. Who remembers? Taking what? You forgot? What's the first step he took? I'll help you guys with this one. First one he did was he embraced Islam. He became Muslim, right? So he was 10 or 11, right? And then the Prophet came to him and told him of the message, and he accepted Islam. He wasn't 30 or 40 years old. He was very young, actually. He was so young, people used to look at him and say, oh, he's a child, you know? But in reality, he was very smart. He was very clever for his age. He was very mature for his age, right? Then time passed. Then when other people wanted to come and become Muslim, and the Prophet needed someone to go and guide them to his house, who used to go? Imam Ali used to go. So there's one companion. His name is Ammar Yasir. We have anyone called Ammar here? We had one Ammar. Where's Ammar? Ammar is there. There you go. Ammar Yasir was another companion of the Prophet, and he came searching for the Prophet. And then he used to sleep in Mecca, and he had nowhere to go. And then Imam Ali came and told him, you're supposed to come to the house of the Prophet, and he introduced him to the Prophet. Then when the Prophet wanted to go to Medina, and they needed someone to sleep in the place of the Prophet, who stepped up to the plate? Imam Ali stepped up to the plate. And then he was leaving Mecca to go to Medina. He took all of the women of the Prophet with him, including someone who would become his future wife, who was who? Lady Fatima. He took Lady Fatima with her as well, because the Prophet knew that if he gave a task to Imam Ali would take care of it. So, I'm wrapping up now. The one lesson we can learn from the Battle of Uhud, from the lives of these three individuals, is this. When Islam needs you and you have a task ahead of you, you have to jump on it. You have to take care of it. Then you can be like Imam Ali. But if you sit back and say, someone else come take care of it, and the problem is still there, like whoever else is going to come take care of it, then that's not like being like these individuals, right? Then you're not walking in their footsteps anymore. So you have to step up to the plate and take on this responsibility. Your responsibilities right now might be maybe smaller things, like for example, I have to take care of my homework, I have to listen to my parents. Maybe sometimes you have to help out around the house. Maybe sometimes you have to help with your siblings, right? You might have younger or older siblings you have to help out with. Then as you get older and older, your responsibilities become more and more and more, but you can only take care of those responsibilities if you start doing it from right now. If right now you skip stuff, then when you get older, you're also going to do what? You're also going to start skipping stuff. So from right now, you have to pay attention. See, what are those things that Islam wants from you? And you take care of those things very well right now. That is a lesson we can learn from these three individuals. All right. Questions or thoughts or concerns? Who has questions? I'll give you guys 5 minutes. Any questions? We can go both sides, actually. can be about any part of Islam. It can be about Imam Ali. It can be about Imam Hussein. Yes. Ooh, good question. How many battles did Imam Ali fight in? It's a bit difficult to say, but you should be able to say probably at least 15 major ones. Because some of the battles were bigger battles, some of them were smaller. Sometimes 15, 1-5. There were many battles, but the ones that Imam Ali were a part of, at least 15. There's probably more. But sometimes the Prophet would go with the troops. Sometimes no, he would send another group of people to go. Like for example, have you ever heard of this place called Yemen? Yemen. Never heard of Yemen? It could be your favorite food restaurant. Yes, probably. Yemen is where? It's in the south of Arabia, right? So how did they become Muslim? The Prophet sent Imam Ali, and he went and he spoke of Islam to them, and then they embraced Islam. All right, next question. Zain, go ahead. Very good question. He's asked, why would Dhul-Faqar be the strongest sword? And the answer is, I don't know if it was so much about Dhul-Faqar as much as it was about the person who was holding Dhul-Faqar. The one who was behind Dhul-Faqar. He was the one who was very powerful, right? Otherwise, maybe Dhul-Faqar is just a sword. It might be special in the way it looks, right? But the one who's holding it makes it very, very special. Well, not really, because you know, the narrations tell us that the Prophet gifted that sword to Imam Ali in particular. So it shows that the sword was special too, but it's not like anyone else who got that sword could do what Imam Ali was doing. You had to be brave, you had to be courageous. You had to know when to use the sword and when not to use the sword. So that's what made Imam Ali so special. Yes? There's a little bit of dispute about this. Some say the sword of Dhul-Faqar came from the heavens. Some say no, in one of the battles that the Prophet was fighting, they got it from the other side and they might have made some changes to the way it looked, because we don't know exactly how Dhul-Faqar looked. There's some dispute about it. So it depends on which opinion you take. But all we know is that it was gifted to Imam Ali by the Prophet, which makes it very, very special now. Yes? Can repeat your question? No, Dhul-Faqar is just one. No, this is a gift that was only for Imam Ali. So nobody else can just come and say, my sword is also Dhul-Faqar. It looks like Dhul-Faqar, so my sword is also Dhul-Faqar. Okay. No, it's only appointed people. So Imam Ali, and then, you know, we believe that the later Imams had it, and when the 12th Imam comes back, one of the things that he'll bring with himself is what? Is the Dhul-Faqar. And he also brings back the staff of Musa alayhi salam and a lot of other holy objects. Yes, in the middle. Yeah. What was the most important battle that Imam Ali fought? You know, we're going to discuss this in Ramadan, inshallah. But most probably, the battle known as the Battle of the Trench. The Battle of the Trench. They dug up a trench around Medina. And then, they weren't expecting anyone to get over the trench, but someone got over the trench. He's a very powerful warrior, right? And no one was willing to stand up. So imagine we have everyone here. Imagine someone gets over the trench. And the Prophet turned to all of his companions, right? Imagine you guys are all sitting here. And the Prophet turns to you and he says, who's willing to go and fight this person who's made it over the trench? And everyone was quiet. You guys are brave. Everyone was quiet. The only one who raised his hand was Imam Ali. Then he asked again, he said, who's willing to go? And no one was talking at all. And the other person who was waiting, he used to say, Hal min mubariz, is there anyone who's going to come and challenge me? Is there anyone going to come fight me? He was making fun of the Muslims because no one was willing to stand up. So it happened 3 times until Imam Ali went. And when he was walking, the Prophet raised his hands and he said, Ya Allah, you took many of my companions away from me. You took Hamza away from me in the battle of Uhud, right? That's one of the things that happened in the battle of Uhud. And you took this other relative from me in my other battle. Oh Allah, on a day like this, the battle of the trench, don't take Ali away from me. And so he went and he fought. And the Prophet said, all of Islam and all of Kufr are going up against one another today. Maybe that was the most important battle that he took part in. See, the battles of Islam, very interesting, huh? Very interesting history. Yes? The next Imam. I pass on Imam to Imam to Imam. Yes. All right, last question. Yes? Yeah, during that time it was only for Imam Ali. But then after he was gone, then it would pass on to the next Imam and the next Imam. All right, thank you very much. A big thank you to the parents and the volunteers who've taken out time and all of this. I'm sure how much time it took, and I know they were here yesterday and the day before. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. For the parents, other parents, inshallah, please do get involved. Believe it or not, these events are extremely important events in the upbringing of our children. In the future, we'll look back and say these are the things that built their character over time. They're exposed to a lot of different things. This is one of the things that we have to expose them to. So inshallah, all of the parents can get, inshallah, more involved. For yourself, for your parents, for your siblings, for the volunteers, I want you to recite 3 loud salawats. Allahumma salli ala Allahumma salli.
Thank you, Sheikh, for that lovely lecture. For our last Mankabat today, which I'm really looking forward to hear, mashallah, we have a group recitation by our young boys on Imam Ali alayhi salam. Please recite a loud salawat for all of them.
I can have the mic. We need go back. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Salawat.
Okay, okay.
یا مولا
یا علی
یا علی 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 مولا یا علی 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 من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا فهذا لي مولا مولا من كنت مولا من كنت مولا من كنت مولا من كنت مولا غدیر خم پیغمبر کا یہ اعلان ہے
غدیر قم پیغمبر کا یہ اعلان ہے
علی مولا ہے سب کے رب کا یہ فرمان ہے من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا
ممبر سے یہ احمد مرسل دیکھ رہے ہیں منظر
کتنوں کا چہرہ اترا ہے اعلان ولایت سن کر
آج خوشی سے جھومے اٹھے بوسر سلمان اور قمبر
کہتے ہیں مولا ہمارا علی ہے
جلنے لگا کوئی خوش ہو گیا کوئی
گونجی صدا یہی دم دم علی علی
فرمان جو یہ جٹلائے گا وہ سیدھا جہنم جائے گا
یہ سب سے نبی نے بولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا فهذا لي مولا مولا من كنت مولا من كنت مولا من كنت مولا من كنت مولا خوشیاں مناؤ گھر کو سجاؤ مولا علی کے پیاروں
آج مکمل دین ہوا ہے جشن بناؤ یارو
اپنی قسمت کو چمکاؤ اے قسمت کے مارو
صدقہ علی کا خدا بانٹتا ہے یہ مظہر خدا یہ ناز انبیاء
ایسا کوئی نہیں یہ سب سے ہے جدا یہ نور خدا یہ نفس نبی
احمد کا وسیع یہ شیر جری
یہ دونوں جہاں کا مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا فهذا لي مولا مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا یا
ایسی ویسی عید نہیں یہ عید ہے مردوں والی
یہ پہچان کراتی ہے کہ کون ہے اصل حلالی
اس کی رونق سب سے الگ ہے اس کی شان نرالی
سب سے بڑی عید ہے مومنوں کی
یہ دن کمال ہے یہ دن ولایتی
خوشبو ہے چار سو عید غدیر کی
سانسوں میں بسا ہے نام علی
جب اس کی محبت دل میں بسی
ہر مومن کا دل ڈولا
من کنت مولا من کنت
مولا من کنت مولا
من کنت مولا
فهذا علی مولا مولا من کنت
مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا من کنت مولا
میری ہر فکر میں ہر سوچ میں ہر بات میں تو
میرے لہجے میں ہر انداز میں گفتار میں تو
میری اظہار میں انکار میں اقرار میں تو
मेरी जाहिर में बातिल में तू बस तू ही तू मौला अली मौला मौला अली मौला मौला अली मौला मौला अली मौला मौला अली मौला
बावाज़ बुलंद सलवात
اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار على رسول الله وآله الأطهار
सलवात
Mashallah, truly wonderful recitation. Thank you so much, everyone. We now come to the last few concluding items of the program. So we are about to start the exciting father-son game. Everyone recite aloud salawat.
Oh, what about the sponsorship?
Sorry, everyone. I request you all to please recite one Surah Fatiha for all the marhumeens as listed on the screen of the Majlis sponsors. Salawat. Yeah, it says that's why.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. We're going to go ahead and do the father and son game. This game works pretty simply. I'm going to pull out these raffle tickets. So if you got the raffle tickets, go ahead and get them out. I'm going to call out 5 numbers, and those are numbers that are going to play the game. The game works pretty simply. You're going to come up with your son, or if you're the son, you're going to come up with your father. You're going to sit against each other with your backs against each other, and you're going to get a board to write some answers on. I was asked, okay. Or they can type it on their phone. Okay. And what's going to happen is we're going to ask you a question, like, what's your favorite color? And the son is going to write an answer, and the father is going to write an answer. And they're both going to be guessing, like, what's the son's favorite color? And all at the same time, they're going to show each other the answer, and if they both get an answer, they get a point. And if they don't get the right answer, then they don't get a point. Okay? And whoever gets the most points at the end is going to win the prize. Okay. So contestant number 1 is ticket number 491230. Who is 491230? Okay, contestant number 2 is 491219. We got 491219? Yes, no? All right, let me call the next number. 491226. And what number are you? And what number? 491226? Four nine one two two two. Anybody 491222? What about 491227? Okay. What about 491219? 491219? Okay, how about 491234? Okay, good. We got 3. What about 491233? Four nine one two three three. Okay, we got it. Okay, maybe this is the last one. 491235. We got it? 491235? Perfect. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
I think this is what we'll have them, we'll give them the question and we'll have them think.
Yeah.
And then it's the question for the fathers to answer about their sons. So
Okay.
we're gonna ask the father, what do you think your son's favorite color is? And the son's gonna say first.
No, the father's gonna say.
Yeah,
First.
because not all of them have devices.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
The father will say first.
Okay. Congratulations to our 5 contestants. Okay. 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 So
The whisper thing.
whisper
Yeah,
thing.
that makes more sense.
And the first question is for the son, right?
Yeah, the first question is for the fathers to answer about their son.
Okay, so the very first question is we're gonna ask the father the question, and they're gonna whisper the answer to Abbas here, and we're gonna figure out if you know your son well or not. And if your wife is here, then you may be in trouble or you may not be in trouble.
We'll see. That's team one. This is team one.
Okay, so let's start with team 1. Okay, the question is for the father. What is your son's favorite color?
Okay, so think about it, right? And then whisper it into his ear.
Whisper it in my ear.
You want me to tell you?
I got the answer.
Okay. All right. So the father said green.
And the correct answer is green. All right, let's go here. Let's go on this side. Okay, same question.
We'll take same question. Yeah. What is your son's favorite color?
It is blue.
It is blue. Yay! Good job. High five. All right, let's go to team 3.
Same question. It's the same question.
Same question. Okay, what do we get? Orange. Yes. 3 for 3. Very good. Okay, we'll do you as team 4. Okay, I'll ask him. All right, whisper me your favorite color.
Well, this is only the first question.
Red.
Red. Yes. Correct. Okay. Okay.
Black.
Oh no, the sun said red. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Now we'll go to question number 2.
All right, question number 2.
What is your son's favorite thing to do in his free time?
Okay, question number 2 is, what is your son's favorite thing to do in his free time?
Legos.
Oh, the son said play video games, and the father said Legos. Yeah, the father probably wants Legos over video games. All right, team 2. Yeah. Okay.
Same question. TV.
TV is correct. Okay, team 3 was your team 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have him do the points.
Video games.
Oh, this is funny. The son said basketball, but the father said video games. Team 4? Yes, team 4. Okay.
Video games.
Video games is correct. What's your favorite thing to do in your free time?
Video games.
Video games is correct.
Next question is, what is your son's favorite restaurant to eat at?
Okay, the next question is, what is your son's favorite restaurant to eat at? Okay. Olive Garden is correct. Olive Garden, what do you like from Olive Garden? Fettuccine Alfredo, that's tasty. Okay, okay. Do you want to pick one?
Bandukan.
Okay. The son, I asked him what his favorite restaurant was. He said, I don't have any favorite restaurant. So I told him to pick a restaurant. He said, I don't know. But the father said Bandukhan. Do you like Bandukhan? I don't think that's a yes. That's probably the father's favorite restaurant.
McDonald's.
He said In-N-Out, not McDonald's. No. Okay, team 4. Taco Bell is correct. Taco Bell is tasty. What do you get from Taco Bell? Chalupa? Yeah, I like the chalupa too.
Peri Peri.
Yes, that is correct. Porto Peri Peri Portos. Yes, same restaurant. Yes. So they both got it right.
Next question is, what is your son's favorite flavor of ice cream?
Favorite color of ice cream.
Favorite flavor. You said color.
Flavor of ice cream. Flavor of ice cream.
Chocolate.
Oh, you gotta whisper. You gotta whisper it next time.
It is chocolate.
Chocolate is correct. Oh, you gotta whisper it next time, okay? Oh, chocolate's probably gonna win, but we'll see. Team 2.
Vanilla.
Oh, vanilla was the answer from the father, but the son said strawberry. It's okay, we're all learning. Oh, what's your favorite? Okay.
Chocolate.
Chocolate is correct.
Vanilla.
Vanilla is correct.
Vanilla.
Vanilla is correct again. I think that was a tie for chocolate and vanilla, and then we had a strawberry as a wild card.
So this is the last question for the sons. For the fathers, what is your son's favorite thing to watch?
Your son's favorite thing to watch.
I don't even watch. I don't watch anything. I don't watch TV.
Pick a show or pick a movie or something.
Okay, I'll say Pokemon.
Okay.
He's really thinking hard.
He's thinking. He's thinking.
No.
He said Marvel movie.
Marvel movies was the answer from the father, but the answer from the son was Pokemon. Okay, team 2.
Team 2.
Team is over there. I'm sorry, I got it mixed up. Okay, what's your favorite thing? Number box?
Okay, he says it's a number show from Netflix.
Yes, number box. Yes, that is correct. Very good, very good. What do you like to watch? What did you say?
YouTube Fortnite.
Okay.
He said YouTube or Fortnite.
Yes, YouTube Fortnite, yes. That's a video game that people watch. Alright, what's your favorite thing to watch?
Marvel movie.
Marvel movies is correct. And what's your favorite thing to watch?
I have no idea.
Well, what do you normally watch?
TV.
What do you watch on TV?
Netflix.
Okay.
Cartoon movie.
Okay, he said Netflix. So I don't think that's the right answer. But good try, everybody. Okay, now we're gonna flip it.
Now it's time for the sons to answer questions about their dad. We're gonna see how good of a son. You are. The first question is, when is your dad's birthday?
Let's see if you know your dad's birthday.
November 26th.
November 26th is correct. Let's see if you know. Do you know your dad's birthday? Okay.
September 9.
September 9 is correct, yes. We don't need the year, don't worry, fathers. Alright, you're team 3? Yeah.
August 15th.
August 15 is correct.
March
25th of March is correct. Alright, what's your dad's birthday? 24th. Okay.
May 2nd.
No! The father said May 2nd, the son said May 24. Is that your mom's birthday? Oh, he got his mom's birthday. It's okay, good try. What happened?
You wanted me to tell you, right?
Oh. He got heated.
All right, the next question is, what is your father's favorite thing to do in his free time?
Ooh, that's a good question. What's your father's favorite thing to do in his free time?
Research on computer.
Oh, the son said watch cricket or news, and the father said research on computers. I think watching cricket and news is more free time.
Watching cricket.
Oh, team 2 over there. What does your dad like to do? Okay.
Watching sports.
Sports is the right answer, yes. Yeah, you're a fantasy footballer.
Alright, you are my imaginary father.
Okay.
Biking.
Biking is correct. What's your dad's favorite thing to do?
Watching movies.
Watching movies is correct. Alright, what's your dad's favorite thing to do?
Reading books.
Reading books is correct. Woo! That's good.
They want us to wrap it up quickly because it's about to be namaz time.
Okay. Next question.
All right, the next question is, which of these would your dad prefer to watch on TV? Basketball, football, cricket, golf, or soccer? I'm pretty sure we all know the answer because they're all desi here, so there's not much diversity. There could be two.
Cricket. Cricket.
Cricket is correct. Okay, what's your dad's favorite sport?
Football. Football and cricket.
Football is correct, yes. He knew it right off the bat.
Alright, you don't pay attention to your father. Football.
Oh, the father said football, the son said cricket. They probably watch a lot of cricket or something at home.
Cricket.
Cricket is correct.
Cricket.
Cricket is correct, yes. All right, I think we have 2 more questions. We have 2 more questions and then we'll wrap up for Salat.
Next question is, what does your dad do for his job?
What does your dad do for his job?
Director. Huh?
I mean, what's the question again?
What do you do for work?
Yeah, I'm a director at Liberty Mutual.
Director of Liberty Mutual.
That is correct. Some fathers have hard jobs, so like, you know what I mean? They're like a vice president or they're assistant director or they do consulting, and then I don't know what my dad would do if he had one of those jobs. Okay.
IT.
Yes, he said computers, and we'll take that answer. Computers and IT.
Accounting.
Yes, he said CPU, but CPA accounting, yes. What's your dad do for work?
Amazon.
Amazon's correct. That's cool. Yes, software engineer, Accenture, yes, we'll take that.
Now, the last question is, what is something your dad always says to you? Hopefully it's something good.
What is something your dad always says to you?
Always says to you.
Wait, तो बेइज्जती होने वाली है?
Change the question.
He said change the question.
Please.
What's your dad always says to you?
Time is precious. Jaldi o, time is precious.
Yes, he says that a lot. Time is precious. All right, let me go to team 2. What's something your dad says a lot? Huh? Okay.
Clean up after yourself.
Yes, clean up after yourself. Clean up.
All right,
what's something that
No more.
Oh, okay.
Don't be afraid and do dishwashers.
The father said do dishwashers, and the son said don't buy video game money. So that is not the right answer. I wasn't okay. There's a lot. Just pick one.
Do your chores.
Yeah, clean up and do your chores. Yes, that works. All right, what's something your dad says to you a lot? Okay.
Shut down your laptop.
All right, so he said shut down your laptop. The son said go play outside. Should we take it or not? All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. I just want to point out, I love you was not part of that. That says a lot. Okay, and the winner is Team 4. They won by 2 points. So let's clap. All right, and let's do a loud salawat for all the contestants. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. You get free cupcakes. You get free cupcakes. So please take a cupcake. Thank you for playing. Thank you.
We can't not do ziyarah. We can. No, we can't. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Inshallah. Inshallah, if Sheikh Mehdi can come up, we'll do ziyarat and then we'll wrap up the program. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Huh?
No.
After Namaz? Okay. All right. Just tell everyone thank you so much for coming. I'll do it. All right, guys, that's the end of the program. Inshallah, Ali, are we going to break for Salah? I don't know. Okay.
We're trying to cut the cake with Sheikh.
Okay. Inshallah, we're trying to cut the cake with Sheikh, so if everyone could please come up. We're also going to try and take a group picture with all the boys. Thank you guys all so much for coming. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward your efforts in putting together this program. It was a great program. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, salawat. Allah.
Thank you, everyone. Make sure to visit the Ramadan stall at the back. I would really appreciate it if you do. Thank you.